Hey there. Did I say that right? Hey there. It's kind of early this morning, and whew, here I am. Here we are. I was thinking as I was getting ready for this, why do we come together to meditate? Why not just do it on your own? You can, of course. Um, but traditionally, meditation has been taught and shared in groups. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason that people gather for this kind of developmental work of self. One of the reasons is because it's scary and unpredictable, and um, it reminds me of a study in which, and I think this is mentioned in Mark Williams' book, Mindfulness, Finding Peace in a Frantic World. Maybe it is, or maybe it's somewhere else. I forget for sure. And like I said, it's early. uh, so in this study, and I do think it focused on women and their partners. Women were subjected to a horrible test, which is they're put in a situation where they're looking at a screen. The screen is either generating random X's or O's, and they're told that every time an X appears, there's a 25% chance that they may get a non-lethal but painful shock on their left ankle where they're wearing a little shock collar. And they've agreed to this study. I mean, they know the terms, and there's a device reading their brain, reading the fear response in the brain, which can be measured in the limbic system. You can see it actually react, and you can tell the severity of it, like the feeling of fear. You can tell how strong it is by that reading. And they're asked to report the degree of pain that they're encountering. And in the first part of the experiment, they were in this situation alone. And they got a really, a strong reading of fear when the X's showed up, as you can imagine. And the participants reported the pain to be severe. Like, that really hurts, it really hurts a lot. And in the second part of the study, same participants holding the hand of somebody that they felt safe with, their partner. And these were relationships. And they actually did a before and after on the relationships, after, kind of intervening to teach them about secure connecting and empathy and kind of enhancing that. So what they discovered is that with the partner, especially with the partner well-trained in an empathetic attention and ready to be there for that, the participant with the exact same setup, the exact same degree of shock, had a greatly reduced fear response, and even reported that the shock was less. Like, that's only mild, that's moderate or mild. Now, wow, what does that mean? It means that humans, us, we can face pain and fear with more strength, less reactivity, less discomfort when we're not alone. And so I wrote in the intro this morning, let's come together and face our difficulties. And the meaning of this work right now is profound because we are facing enormous difficulties. I'm a therapist, as you probably know. I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I talk with people every day about how they're feeling. And the difficulties in our society are on everybody's mind and are scaring people. It is frightening and painful. There's shocks being delivered. And we have to face that. And we have to face it squarely and Part of that is we participate in a democratic process. That's why our work here is called Meditation for Wisdom in Democracy. Collective wisdom. And so needed. And it's really hard to be wise when you're scared, especially if that fear response is overtaking our brain. So the meaning of our work this week and this morning, right now, is all of us are holding difficulties. And we're going to meditate on facing difficulty or turning towards it, spending time with it, however you want to think about it. Holding it in awareness, not trying to like soothe it, but face it and be with it and let our body respond to it. Allow that encounter, open up to what is difficult in my life, in your life. And we're doing that together. And so maybe just take a moment to feel the fact that you are not alone in this work and that we're all here. There may not be that many of us, it doesn't matter. All it takes is a few to provide some deeper sense of security. It may be better if we were all sitting in a room together, but right now it wouldn't be, because we're trying to protect ourselves on another level. So we can show up here at the same time, or even if you're watching this later, time and space might be irrelevant in terms of connection. If they are relevant, they might be able to be bridged, time and space. We might be able to connect anyway. So seeing what it's like for you, just as a beginning point, before we enter into a meditation completely, see what it's like for you to hold the intention that I'm here to face not every difficulty in my life, not everything that I possibly could be troubled by, but I'm here to be with some of it, maybe some specific part. You can choose now what that is if you wish. And seeing if it's possible for you to begin to let yourself feel that you're not alone, that we're all connected here and we're facing this together. And we're even facing this for the purpose of facing the big, scary energies that are in our society. It's no mistake that the worst among us, in terms of the political reality, prey on people's fears. And so we're being fed a steady diet of fear and shock. Wouldn't it help us to be wise if we didn't get just stuck there, if we weren't alone in that? So let's go right into meditation. Like we've been doing this week. It's a little repetitive. That's mindfulness. You walk the same path with a new openness, a new experience will show up. So the truth is, the single path is never the same. Even if I use the exact same words as yesterday, it would be different. So we can enter into something that we're practicing. And we can open up to the new moment that's right now. So finding the posture that best suits you in this moment, and noticing the sense of the ground beneath you. Finding a posture that's open and dignified, awake, present. And seeing if it's possible for you to open up to yourself from a place of awareness, just as you are in this moment, checking in with your overall physical being, the energy that's there, noticing the sensations of sound, sight, smell, surface of your skin, even the taste in your mouth. And noticing those other qualities of yourself. Other things that might be noticed. A sense of lingering sleepiness or awakeness, or maybe the emotional backdrop, the mood that's there if there is one, the feelings that have been happening this morning, the thoughts that have been going through your mind. And just kind of checking in on that right now in a kind way, without judgment, as best you can. And even if there is judgment there, don't judge the judgment. Just notice that. Wow. So this time is set aside for awareness. And remembering that our awareness is flexible, we can decide where to point it. It's hard to completely control it, but we can decide what to focus in on and what to let fade into the background. And then it might change and it might get challenged. And we can keep working with it. That's what we're here to do. So for yourself, again, just a few more moments holding yourself in awareness in a kind way. And as you're paying attention, seeing if you can bring awareness to the experience of breath. And as you're noticing that, seeing if you can bring awareness to the way breath is felt in your belly. The expansion on the in breath, the squeezing a little bit on the out breath. This breath coming in, this breath going out. Bringing awareness to all the sensations that come to you from that part of your body that expands and contracts with each breath. In that experience, in that part of your body, you're like a bellows that expands and pulls air in and compresses and pushes air out. And this happens all the time and right now. Noticing that experience for yourself. And then seeing if it's possible for you, while you're paying attention to that, to also open up to the way that breath could be filling your whole body. Seeing if you can sense that, filling your whole body and emptying out of your whole body. So that you're becoming aware of your whole body breathing. And in this space, your awareness may want to zoom in on specific sensations in the body and the breath. Or it may want to zoom out and take it all in. Letting yourself explore with curiosity. My whole body is alive and breathing. And then as you're breathing and noticing that, taking your awareness and gathering it up and bringing it to your ears. Taking in all the sounds that come to you, the sounds that are large, the ones that are small, the far away sounds and the near sounds, the sounds that come from within your own body. Hearing the sounds themselves. Noticing how all these sounds happening all on their own are events that are complex. There's sounds within sounds. There's silence between the sounds and all around the sounds. And seeing if it's possible for you to let it all be just as it is. And then turning awareness again, letting go of sound and turning towards thought, which, like sound, may be happening all on its own. Seeing if it's possible to have no preference. There may be many thoughts, there may be few. Your thoughts are events that emerge into your awareness and then expire. If any of this is too hard or too overwhelming, you can always just return to your body and breath. And if you want to go further, letting yourself pick from your thoughts a difficulty that you've been thinking about or living with. In your own experience, in your own life. And bringing that difficulty into your awareness in a very intentional way, greeting it and meeting it in this moment, holding it in awareness, placing it on the workbench of your mind. Without doing anything about it, just being with it and noticing all of the body sensations and everything else that it might summon in your experience. Holding this problem, holding this difficulty. You may notice strong or mild body sensations. You may notice thoughts that swirl around this difficulty. You may notice that you're at rest, just letting it be, letting your response be whatever it is. And you can gently name the difficulty with words, just a brief statement to yourself. And just continuing to be present. With awareness, noticing, noticing, noticing. If you have a strong reaction to this difficulty, that's okay. If there's no reaction, that's okay. Just holding it and noticing. Your own being. Life is difficult, and this one is yours. You may notice that things are shifting as you do this, or you may notice a sense of stuckness. Whatever you notice, let it be just as it is. And then gathering your awareness, acknowledging the difficulty you've spent time with, seeing if you can pick it up gently, and imagining that time is a stream. Gently placing that difficulty in the stream of time. And for now, letting it float where it will. Away from you. Bringing your awareness back to your body and a sense of the ground beneath you and the breath that's coming in and out. And gently opening to a sense of connection to others. If you wish, you can think about the others meditating with you, either now or later, how they're going to be meditating with this. You can tap into a sense of caring for them. Life is difficult. We all need support. We all need love. And think if it's possible to notice that you are also cared for. Real people who've showed that to you, and in this moment, you're not completely alone. Breathing that in and out, that sense of connection and presence, whatever that means to you. It may mean a relationship with a higher power. It might mean a relationship with a dog or cat or another human being, with nature, whatever that means to you. So thank you. And it's probably best to not say anything right now, except it's nice to face difficulty from a not alone place, and we are all in this together. And let's wish that for our community in this stressful time, that we could remember to choose from a place of connection, especially connection to the most vulnerable among us. Some people are really suffering all the time. And we will see you tomorrow on Friday. If you have comments about this practice, questions, if you like this video on YouTube, it helps it maybe be seen by others. And you can share this with anyone that you think might find it useful on any format you wish. So let other people know that they can have a place to practice some mindfulness during this time. We'll see you later.